Aquarius, hey there babies, Melissa here to do your timeless love reading. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Not going to resonate for all Aquarians. If it does resonate for you, I'd love a like and a subscribe from you. If you already are subscribed, thank you so much and welcome back. This is a love reading. We're going to be looking at the energy that you bring to the connection, the energy the person you have in mind brings, as well as a potential outcome and an overall energy. Anywhere from single to married and anywhere in between, just whomever you have on that sweet little aqua brain of yours. Alright babies, anything you need to know about me, you can find in the About section of my channel, and anything you need to know about booking a personal reading or leaving the channel a donation you can find in the description box below. Let's get at it. The energy you bring to the connection is the Moon. The energy the person you have in mind brings is the Death card. And then we have the Eight of Cups as the potential outcome. What's going on here, guys? Something has been brought to light. I'm thinking that you're cutting somebody off here. Possibly a Scorpio. Let's get at it. I don't want to... Yeah, no, it definitely feels this way. I feel like you're choosing you over one of these bad options here. I feel like you've been in sort of a situation where you weren't being... where your worth wasn't being appreciated. And we all have worth. We're all worthy of being appreciated like we're worthy, okay? And so it's about, I think you're coming into a space in your own life where you realize that you can't control the people around you or customize them to fit your liking or your needs. What you can do is customize who you have around you, so you get to literally pick who's in your life and who isn't. And I think you're coming to that decision right now. We're going to get more. We're going to clarify everything. If you ask me, it looks like you're leaving somebody, but it's possibly somebody you've already been, you've already left, but you're finally getting some clarity, gaining some clarity on it. The Ace of Swords is that for me. It's clarity. It can also be, you know, the sword can be used to cut people off. But I really feel like with all of this, you were feeling uncertain, and I feel like you've gained some clarity at this time after a long battle, and then you have decided that there's just not enough to stay for, but we'll get more. The Moon card to me is the uncertainty that you were feeling. I feel like your intuition was already telling you that it was over, or that you didn't want to be with this person, that they really didn't satisfy you or have all, you know, the things you were looking for anyways. But you were settling for that, and I think that we all do that. I think we all think, oh, well, this is just what it is. You know, this is as good as it gets. Even though you had several things in your own, like, mind that were definitely like, well, you know, we don't really connect there, we don't really have any fun there, the connection isn't fulfilling. I don't hate the person, right? That's what I'm getting right now. They're in the midst of some transformation. I almost feel like I said, like, this is you leaving them, and this is kind of forcing them into some transformation. It could be them leaving you. I don't know why I'm getting it very strongly that it's you leaving them. We'll get more to the story, and maybe nobody's leaving anybody. We might be on a break, and we might be coming back. We'll find out. We're going to clarify everything. The Eight of Cups in your outcome of the connection is walking away in the outcome. So that's why I think that's the final destination, is leaving each other. But I love the Eight of Cups, because what the Eight of Cups is just what I was just talking about. I feel like you're walking away from something that wasn't really satisfying you anyways, to find what does. It's like walking through the moon period to get to your sunshine, and good for you. That's actually the only way we can become truly fulfilled, is by recognizing that we are the rulers of our own world. We are the ones who get to decide who, what, when, and where is in our lives. We cannot control anyone, okay? But we have control of everything and everyone that's in our lives. So we get to not allow people that are not treating us well in our lives. We've been taught to be loyal to people, even, you know, especially if they're like family members. I'm guessing this is a love reading, so I'm sure we're not talking about family. We could be. That has happened before, where it relates to a family member instead of a lover. But it is about, we've been taught to be loyal to people because we said originally that we were going to be, right? Well, we've evolved, you're not treating me well, and it's definitely more than okay, it's mandatory to walk away. And that is how actually what leads you, that's the path that leads you to all of your blessings. Alright. The Moon card, the Nine of Swords, babies, and you rushing out. That's what I'm getting right now. So you have you have three major arcanas. First of all, this is a major shift that you're going through regardless. the Moon card, the Nine of Swords, the Chariot, and then the Fool. The Chariot and the Fool both mean to me that you're rushing out of this situation, and you are the one leaving, like I had said. I felt that before we even got all that energy. Now it does look like you moving forward, not into this connection. I feel you moving forward out of this connection. And I feel like you're not sure of where that's going to lead you. That's what the Moon card is all about, and I feel like you're taking a leap of faith, knowing that you're leaving one connection with no certainty of where you're headed. This is actually the only way it works. When we have it all planned out, like, well, we'll leave this connection for that connection. We have this new connection all set up. That one's going to be even more miserable and fail even more miserably than the one we were in. Because that's not how life works. We have to leave a connection on our own, really, in order for it to get the credit for walking away and doing what's best for us. I know that sounds silly, but it's real. In order to get that credit for doing what's best for ourselves, going against the grain and doing it's really easy to leave one connection for one that we think is going to be better. It's hard to leave a connection with no idea where we're going. We just know that this isn't fulfilling us any longer. They're not treating us well, whatever it is. We just don't get along. Like, it shouldn't be hard to get along in a connection. People try so hard to make that part work. And I'm like, well, you should at least get along. I mean, that shouldn't be hard. You shouldn't have to work so hard just to get along with each other. There's going to be obstacles in all relationships, abso-freaking-lutely, but one of them should not be just the two of you getting along or being on the same page. So anyways, whatever it is that made you decide to walk away from this connection, you're doing it against all odds. I feel like I feel like you did it even though you felt the obligations to stay, but I feel like you did what was best for you, and that's going to bring, like I said, all the blessings in. The Fool card really means starting a new fresh start, not with another person. This is your fresh start. This is you taking a leap of faith into your future. And I think you are a little stressed out right now as you're unsure of what is coming, but I promise you, look what popped out when I said that. The Wheel of Fortune is coming after doing some healing, okay? I saw the Four of Swords as well. It's about really understanding that you will always be rewarded for doing what's best for your best life, not, for egotistical reasons. Like, oh, I think she's hotter or he's hotter, I'll leave her for him, or him for her, or whatever. Wow, sounds like a party to me. But either way, if you're leaving people selfishly because regardless of, you shouldn't stay in a connection if you're not fulfilled in it, but I'm saying it's not going to be rewarded if you're hopping around. No reason to be talking about that. I don't even, what the hell am I talking about? But anyway, it looks like they got you on the mind. It really does look like they're checking out. They're having a hard time letting go is what I'm getting right now. They have put a lot into this. I feel like you both have put a lot into the situation, whatever it is. I feel like you guys have been, this has been a long connection. It could be a marriage. I'm not seeing marriage, but I'm going to get more because look, it leads to your total fulfillment. Wow, the King and the Queen of Swords is out here. I'm still going to stick with this. I think you're leaving them, with the Eight of Cups being in your outcome. And I do think you have new love coming, but I don't want you to leave them thinking that, you know what I mean? Well, you always, when you're leaving a connection, you have to know that that's not going to be the last connection you're ever part of course, right? When you're leaving one connection that you're not feeling fulfilled in, it's about leaving because you deserve fulfillment, and that if you're unable to leave somebody and be alone, there's something that needs to be healed within us, right? Because a healed human is more than happy on their own. We can always want love and desire love, although you guys are Aquarians. I mean, I think you guys are always okay on your own. I do think whatever you have coming is your counterpart. Somebody who will just mesh well with you, somebody who will match that, your sort of airy but humanitarian ways, extreme intelligence. I feel like you've got the happily ever after coming after walking away from a connection that was not for you. Not somebody that wasn't good enough for you, not somebody you weren't good enough for, it just wasn't for you. I always like to explain it as, it's like, walking away from, having a hard time letting go of somebody, or even getting upset with somebody that we didn't fit with. It's like getting upset with your left shoe for not fitting your right foot. It just didn't work. It's not anybody's fault. We shouldn't have to conform ourselves to fit into a relationship, right? We should wait for the one that already fits, as far as I'm concerned. But it looks like you're walking into your total fulfillment, like I said. Whatever you're walking away from, you could have left this other person months ago, years ago, I don't know. If you've already done the healing and you've already walked away from this person, they have This could also be you walking away from somebody else and this being somebody completely different, okay? That's what I'm just going to say. That is like, this might already be picking up on the new energy that's coming in for you, because you could have walked away from something. This is hard to, because their energy is great. It looks like they're checking out, you know, their own investments, to see if the work they've done has ripened. Maybe this is a separation situation where you guys were in separation, walked away from each other to walk back into a connection with each other. That is another scenario here. It's really hard to say because the Eight of Cups being in your outcome really means to me that this ends in a breakup. And then you get, I guess that breakup leads to the Queen of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. Two queens. You might be dealing with two different energies here. You might be having a choice in love. And I guess what I will just tell you is that you know in your heart which one is best for you. And not in like, you know which one you feel comfortable with. When you're in the midst of your counterpart, there's a comfort you can't explain. A pull, like an energetic hug that you can't explain. You can't just find that in anyone. And you can sense their presence before you even see them in the room, right? And that's what I'm going to say to you. If you have a couple options here, take your time, do things right. But your intuition is on point. You guys are one of the most intuitive signs in the deck. In the zodiac, I don't think you always give yourselves that credit. But, whatever thoughts you guys have, and I know you have some brilliant thoughts, you're kind of always on channel mode. You're like just a vessel, like a channel. Like you are a channel. And so whatever is coming through your sweet little brain is correct. It's just you sometimes, I think, doubt it and don't listen to it. However, it looks like you're taking action again, like I said. I feel like it's stressing you out, though, and I just want you to know that if you're taking action away from someone and you feel bad for them, and that's what's stressing you out, if you're leaving somebody you weren't fulfilled with, they weren't really fulfilled with you either. They were using you as a crutch or sort of a filler for their own gaps that they haven't healed on their own. You know what I mean? Their own wounds that they're going to need to heal on their own. So never feel bad because it's actually forcing them into a space of healing their own wounds and total fulfillment on their own. Or, and of course we won't talk about their future relationships. But in either case, what it's telling me here is that you walking away from something that wasn't fulfilling you is going to lead to your total fulfillment, okay? And true love, true deep love, whichever one you choose. I would just say, again, listen to your heart. I love you. Trust. It says you have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have a faith in your intuition. We were just talking about your intuition. I don't know that you always have a faith in it, but I'm going to tell you, you have like the strongest intuition out there available to the human being. But I always like to remind people our intuition is only as good as we believe it is. So it's like we can have the strongest intuition in the world, but if we're constantly questioning it, it's worthless. It's about knowing whatever thoughts are coming through you that come from love. Those are right. They're accurate every single time. And the more you can come to trust them, the smoother everything in life will go. 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. I feel like, if I'm being honest with you, I have no idea what that is, but I think it's about your brain. I think you are the 6th chakra. So I hate when I pull. I should never pull from that deck because it always has these, you can work with your 6th chakra, do whatever you do with it. I don't believe in like all the whatever jazz they talk about. The chakra clearing to me is just eliminating fear from your life and really allowing yourself to live. So do that. I love you so much. I'll see you guys next week. Mwah.